Yeah, there's a rumour going around about hydrogen peroxide. Makes the keys brittle, deteriorates them. Hydrogen peroxide is an oxidant, it's not an acid. So it doesn't do anything to keys. The thing what damages the keys is the thing what stained it, the sun. That or heat, high temperature heat. It's made of ABS, so hydrogen peroxide doesn't do anything at all. What it does, it reacts, it oxidizes, and it decomposes that damage what's been done to the keys, to the plastic, the yellowing, basically. It don't make them brittle. So yeah, I mean, I've had messages and I've seen posts and stuff like that, people doing these different ways because somebody started a rumour that it makes keys brittle, plastic brittle. Hang on, food's ready. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah. So anyway, when the keys are yellowed from the sun, UV, that's when it's made brittle. That is the brittle part of it. Hydrogen peroxide is just an oxidant. It's not a corrosive material. It's not an acid, it's nothing like that. It's probably the best oxidant known to man. Well, it is the best oxidant known to man. That's why we use it. You actually have hydrogen peroxide in your body. Not a huge amount, but you do have it in your body. That's why they say food grade on hydrogen peroxide when you get it. Certain ones. Obviously not the creams, and don't be down in it because it's not milkshake. So don't do that either. But yeah, hydrogen peroxide doesn't make plastic any brittler. Trust me. Unless you're a rocket scientist and you use furic acid. Don't recommend you use it at all. But yeah, that'll do it and reverse the yellow in literally seconds. But then it will destroy the key eventually. So you don't do that either. If you're going to get them into water to temperature, you want them about 60 Celsius, 140 Fahrenheit. I think that's about right. Yeah, about 140 Fahrenheit. There's different ways you can use the heat mat way, which I use. Where I put the heat mat underneath the tub, let it heat up, and then put the keys in. The UV lamp on top, hydrogen peroxide in it. You can use a slow cooker. If your cooker has a controlled temperature, you can get it down to 140. Brilliant, do it that way. You can do it in the oven. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it in the oven. Keep an eye on it. But yeah, no. Just no, stop the stupid rumour. Hydrogen peroxide does not do that. I've pictures of people trying different stuff. Dishwashing liquid, don't do anything. Another guy used Silic Bang, the liquid stuff, the purple liquid stuff. 18 hours before and after. Yeah, your before and your after. Your before was indoors and your after's outdoors. So all you've done is take the contrast and everything of the light and area. It's the exact same shade key, it's no different. You haven't done anything, you just wasted 18 hours putting them in Silic Band. Didn't do anything. He claims it did, but yeah, damn it. So yeah, there's a reason we use hydrogen peroxide, because it is the best oxidizer known to man. And that's the only thing, other than acids, what will revert it. So yeah, just don't do the things that people are saying you should try. I've seen one guy put them in bleach as well, just a bowl of bleach. You don't do that either. Seriously, don't do that. So yeah, the keys and the plastic is brittle already. If it's yellow, it's brittle. Not the hydrogen peroxide. It's already been damaged from the sun. That's what makes it brittle, or heat, high temperature heat. So yeah, I'll stay into that stupid rumour because I'm fed up with listening to it and seeing it on Facebook pages. So anyway, don't fall for that. Somebody's saying that, they're talking out their keyboards out there getting all... Oh, by the way, welcome back. Yeah. Keyboards outside. Well, the outer case. Getting retropractical was a real sunny day so far. Liquid peroxide, some water, stick it out there. Let it do its thing. Yeah, the cover, different matter. Just get the front faceplate off. You can see the colour of it to what it should be. So that's better. You can't see. Can you? Let me shut that blind. Is that better? Oh, that's better. Yeah. So, yeah, a little bit. Well, it's a lot lighter. But then to the other side, which is green. That's it. You probably see it better there. Yeah. It's only a sample spray. Sprayed. It's a satin finish because plastic on this is satin finished plastic. It's not a gloss. It's not polished to a high gloss. It's not matte. So at the moment, in my head, I'm debating whether to spray that. It'll look prettier. If I spray that, I'm going to have to spray the floppy drives from face plates. And then I'll also have to spray the power fascia plate. Let's got the power and the hard drive indicator. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah? No? Yeah? No? It'll look nice. It's that great. Around the bezel there. So you've got the lighter colour, which is the case colour. Well, the case colour's a little bit lighter than that. So you've got the case colour, like that, and if I show you the other colour, so it's like that, you get that grey colour. I'll have a ponder about and think about it today, I suppose. Right. I need to go and get that other stuff in, check on it and do a few other bits. 2 secs. Good news. I did a little tester on it. As you can see, yeah, that's the difference. So that's sprayed without paint. That's the difference. See the badge? I took the, oh, that's not the badge. Took the badge away. Not bad. It's lighter than what it originally was, but not much. So I'm going to spray this. And the floppy disk face plates and the power. So yeah, it's my 2000. Then what I'm going to do is mark up one of the large OLED screens in here, a square one, and have the Gotek dials here to access stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to spray that now. I'm going to key it first. Key it with a bit of sandpaper. Don't just try and spray straight over this, because chances are it won't take. So you want to key it with a bit of light sandpaper, just scratch the surface, not deep scratches. It'll be a 280 grip. Just go over it gently, just lightly. You're not trying to smooth it out, just scratching it. And then you can spray it. Thin undercoat, real thin undercoat, and then your main paint. It'll stick a lot better. Right, let's go like that then. Right, so underneath, so now, just put these back in. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? There. So, there you go. Minus the badge, obviously, because it hasn't turned up yet. Yeah. Now that's a nice finish. Does it make sense now? So you've got the cream on the top, which matches the cream on the board. Stone grey. It's a stone grey keys. Stone grey. Stone grey. Stone grey. Stone grey. Stone grey keys on the board. Matching. And stone grey up here. But different coloured cream there. So I'll use that one instead. Yeah, that looks nice. I need to source a space bar. So you look on the space bar, you can see different colour to the rest of it. The hell? Different colour to the rest. Yeah. But as you can see, it's still a bit grubby there. So I might stick it out again tomorrow. It's sunny again tomorrow, so it's a bit late now because the sun's going down. Yeah, how's that? So there's a badge coming through here, Amiga 2000. There's a badge for the keyboard, Amiga 2000. So what I'm going to do is take that one off as well. And I'm going to put them both in a little cellophane bag and stick it to the inside on the lid. So it'll always be with the machine. But that's what it is, it's 2000. That's all it is. They just took the SCSI controller out. And then they give you just an extra floppy. So keep the cost down, cheaper. Looks nice, doesn't it? Right, I'll take it apart again now because I need to get back inside and get to the board. Right, day something, I think it's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. I've got to get a video edited for the first stage of this tonight because I'm working tomorrow afternoon, so I need to get that ready to upload as soon as I finish tiring. I can upload it. Yeah, so by the time you see this, you should have seen the first one. I hope it all went well. Anyway, Gotek. Yeah, I know there's a Gotek. I haven't jumped on the bandwagon yet. Everybody do their thing and then I'll just come in and change it. So on here, got the little OLED screen. And you remember on the Dream Machine, we took out the OLED and put a 0.9 inch screen on there, which was square. Yeah, which was twice the size of this. Yeah, got a bigger one. It's a 1.3. Yeah, 1.3. It's made by this company, DSD Tech. Yeah, DSD Tech. This is a 1.3. If the cameras, there you go, 1.3. Yeah, not cheap either. I think I was a tenner just for that. You can get the 0.9s. You get 3 for a tenner. Then you can probably get about 20 for a tenner. Yeah. Some of you old farts out there, not me because I'm only 26, can't see without handsome goggles. Yeah, so bigger the screen, the better. See if it works. First, got to see if that Gotek works. Plug the power in. There's no speaker on this, and I'll have to sort that out. I've got an idea, but I'm not sure if it will work. But I'm going to try anyway. Right, so yeah, let's power it on and see if it works. It's get you to the screen as well. Let's give it a power. Yeah, so it's on. So I've got Amiga test kit in there at the minute. You can download the software Amiga test kit, stick it on a jump stick, and put it in your Gotek and boot to that. So it's just tester. So, not that I need it. We'll test the audio. So you can turn off each channel one by one. 3, 4. And then just go back through all the channels again. You can change it from music to a squeaky noise, even a high pitched one, which I can barely hear. So apparently 10 kilohertz is the young whippersnappers can hear it, but you old fart can't. Yeah, I can hear it. That's what we wanted to check, just make sure that Gotek works. I'm going to power it off. I don't know what this looks like yet, so I'm quite eager. So on here, on the OLED screen, you'll have at the bottom here, you'll have ground, then you'll have VCC, then you'll have select, and then you'll have SDA. Yeah, so just pull the ribbon off. All the screens should be the same. Well, they should be, but I have had an OLED screen, but the ground's swapped around with the VC for some reason. But this isn't, this is the same ground VC. I'll plug that in like that, then power it back up. Oh yeah, there we go. You see that? I'll bring you in. That's big screen. Nice. So there's the ROM we've just took out, 1.3. Yeah, label all your ROMs when you take them out. The 1.3 doesn't actually have 1.3 on there. So. Then the chip itself, the 6800 chip, they're both out. I need, use one of them to take them out. 68,000, you need to pry it up gently, either end, bit by bit, slowly. You ain't going to do it with one of them. Well, you could, but you have to really stretch it. And yeah, they're not made for chips that big. Yeah. Some new ROM chips. On the 2000, it's not like the 500 board, where you have to sit it back from the notch. So you have the notch at the top. I'll show you. So if you look in here, take this away. So this is where the ROM chip sits, here. This is where the processor chip is, here. There's a little notch on top. You can't see because my big ends of the way. Little notch on top there. Now on the 500 boards, if you remember, you don't put it in the very top hole, you move it back one. In the 2000 boards, it's the exact same size as a ROM chip. It just goes in all holes. Unlike the its competitor, the Checkmate 1500. This is why this board's out, by the way. Well, this is why it was marked up as a 1500. Because Checkmate took the 500 board out and put it into a case and called it the 1500. So Commodore were like, nope, you're not doing that. So they took off the shelf 2000s, removed the SCSI card, like I said in the previous video. Removed the SCSI card, marked it up as a 1500. And actually it's just a 2000. Now this is the Rev 6 board. And yeah, if you look here, these are the memory chips here. Yeah. 4 of them is half a meg. So there's another 4, so 8. So that's 1 meg worth of chips. I think the Rev 4 boards have, I think it's 16 or 32 chips on the board. So yeah, so if anything goes wrong with your memory on a Rev 4, you're stuffed. But you're not stuffed, you just be there a long time checking each one. Yeah. So this, if you remember I said, yeah, let's have a, there you go, that's a better view, isn't it? There you go. So, remember I said Fat Lady, or Agnes? So it's up here, just on the top. I was looking down here, it's not here. Yeah, I found out once I cleaned it. Yeah. So that's Fat Agnes, called Fat Lady. These 4 here, PC sockets. Yeah, PC. You can have it running PC in the background. Yeah, believe it or not. The 2 larger ones are 16-bit, and the 2 smaller ones are XT. That you can add to the ends to make them 4 16 bits. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Zora 2s over here. This here, this socket is your CPU socket, and then this end, oh, which you can't see, that end there, that socket there, that's a video socket. So yeah, these 2 are your CIAs, odds and even, it doesn't matter because they're both the exact same chip. And then obviously you got Paula, Denise and Gary over here. But there is a few capacitors I'm a little bit concerned about. They're not leaking, but they've got a slight bulge on top. There's that one there. And where was the other one? Yeah, so there's this one here. And then there's this one here. This one here is to do with the PC sockets. So I'm not really concerned about that. That one, I'm not sure. I think it's audio. But as you've just heard, there's no problem with the audio. but nevertheless it's got a slight little bulge on top, so yeah, I'll probably change that at some point. Yeah. Now we've got them out, we'll put the ROM chip in. Let's move you back a bit because you're cramping me style. Right, so I'm going to put this ROM chip in now. There's sellotape on it. Why is there sellotape on the friggin' ROM chip? Right, so seat it in, make sure all the legs are in. Like that. And then just give it a firm push. There you go. Now, yeah, some of the footage I lost because the camera filled up the card and I still hadn't finished doing stuff to this. So I took the SD card out. This is a CF slot with an SD card fitted in it. Yeah. So I put the SD card out, put it on the side, put a new SD card into the camera. When I thought, oh, I'll put this in there, and I made up an SD card for it. Yeah. Once I disparted it, yeah, I realised what I'd done. Yeah. It was interesting footage. It's only what I'm doing now. 020 card. So it's got an 020 processor. So this goes, like I said, this goes in the 68000 socket, in the CPU socket. Just plugs in directly. Obviously, the CF card pointing to the back of the machine. If you look on here, there is little ridges and stuff here, but there's nothing the card actually touches. So we can put it in. So I've got a riser, so if it was getting a bit close, I could put the riser in first, which riser does exactly what it says. It rises it. Rises it about half a centimetre. That half a centimetre is enough to clear everything. So we'll get that in there. Give that a good firm push. Now, I just want to check the gap and make sure it's not anything touching it. And it's a bit close to that. So I've got a little piece of paper somewhere. So what I'll do, a little sliver of paper. I've cut it to the same size as the board. Raise the board up a bit. Feed that through. There you go. So what I'll do is, I've got some clear perspex somewhere. They're real thin perspex. I think it's upstairs in the games room. And I'll never find it because there's a million boxes up there. Which are supposed to be moving all this up there, but I just have a little sort out. Everything fits at the minute, but yeah, I'm gonna just have to bite the bullet and move upstairs, whether I like it or not. So a piece of paper underneath for now. It's not a permanent fix. All it's doing is just insulating the board from Fat Lady Agnes, because Agnes is right here. So the last thing we want is any shorting going on. So that's it. We've got an updated ROM, the new card put in there. So let's turn this back around. Put the ribbon in, put the power in. Are you ready? Let's turn it on. It should boot a hard drive, hopefully. I'm just checking. Yeah, the hard drive's flickering away, so the keyboard looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah. Just wish my badge would bloody hurry up. Still waiting for them. There you go. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, that's the only problem. Oh, you can't see. It's on screen. Chip memory, 21 meg. Flash memory is 8 megs. Sweet. It says 6.8 there, but it uses like 1.5 just to get WHD load up. Yeah, but yeah, chip memory. I need to upgrade that to 2 meg, because if you boot up WHD load or anything, it runs out of memory on some of the games. You'll get the memory error message. out of memory. Yeah, cannon fodder, it's classic. If you only got 1 meg chip memory, and you do it this way, and boot it up like that, that's what happens. It says it needs 1000 kilobytes. It ain't got 1000 kilobytes. As soon as you switch it on, it loses like 200. So yeah, it's this info. So it's ECS Agnes, 1 meg, PAL high res, standard Denise, and then it's a 68EC020 processor. So we'll do the old trick of speed test. So it should be up past an A3000, which it is. We'll expand that. So there you go. So a 1.20, more powerful than a 3000. The MIPS on it are only 5.7, but it's not bad, not bad. So the processing megahertz is 30.4, well 30, so ignore the 0.4. Drives. So DH0 is a hard drive. So click on that, do a speed test. We'll find out how many bytes a second it is. So there you go. So it's 2 megabytes and 333, so 2 1/3 megabytes instead of the, I think it's standards, is it 800 kilobytes? Something like that. So fire that up. Hopefully it works. Yeah, it works. So EFT, quick key again. So yeah, don't forget that. There we go. Yeah, a lot smoother. Better than half a frame a second before. Yeah, the standard, it's not a great game. It's more like a slideshow. So if you want to play stuff like this, you need to get an accelerator on there or something. And this is only an O2 house, nothing spectacular. So, but it's more than enough to run games like this, as you can see. Nice and smooth. Yeah. Right. So again, like we did last time. Took the screening off of the OLED screen. Placed it on there where I want it to go. Make sure it's nice and square, nice and level. And just come around it with a white marker pin. So then what I'm going to go and do is drill some holes, start cleaning this up, dig it out, and I'm going to bezel it in a bit. Just put a little lip on it. Is it lip? Wherever it's called. Bezel it in. Yeah. Just to make it clean and look better. Alright, so let me go and get that cut out and then we'll have a look. Right. Boop! How's that? Take the screen out. You can see put a little bezel on the edge and on the bottom. Drill 4 holes, small holes, big enough to fit one of them in, hacksaw blade, plastic one, metal but to cut plastic. Slowly, very slowly and very carefully, cut through, get a good rasp, and slowly work your way round, slowly, don't rush it. I've seen somebody done it and he's kind of rushed it. It's good effort though. Detail file, really small file, very smooth, but smooth-ish. One side it's grated, on the other side it's smooth. So you can get into the corners, and then once you've done the corner, you want to get to the other side, you can put the flat edge down so you're not digging back into that corner again, and then digging your way through and off your line. So yeah, that's what they call these detail files, small and smooth-ish. Now I just got a USB thingy. Well, that took a hot minute. Yeah, ignore the smudge. The marker pen I was setting up just bled all over the place, so I'll give it a respray. USB fits, little push buttons fit. So got all this here hot glued together, get it sorted. It hangs in there nicely anyway. Nice and flush. I haven't bothered with the LED, there's no point. Yeah. So I'll hot glue that for a permanent fixture, then get the LED on there, plug it in, see what it looks like. Sweet, eh? Looking like new. OEM. That's what we call it. Let's get these glued into place. That's where I want it. There we go. That's the screen on. Now, right, let's get this back in. I can remember how I did it last time. And the bead on the bottom. Right, future Stewie, the better looking one. Not happy with the way that was. Yeah, it wasn't easy to feed the cables through. Put a big lid over and attach them. So what I'm going to do with this, I've got a spare one of these. You know, I could have 3D printed this, but 3D printing, it's 3D printing. It's not great, never has been. Yeah. So what I'm going to do with this one, I mean 3D printing's alright, but you can tell it's been 3D printed. And if I did 3D print it, I'd have to knock off some acrylic and then acrylic dip it and then leave it for 24 hours. So it'd take 2 days just to do something like this. But I've got a spare one of these face plates, so I don't really need this one. There's a face plate, blanking plate. Not that I'd use it anyway because I've made it into that. So I'm going to chop off these two little tabs on the end, screw tabs. And upstairs on the printer, 3D printer, it's printing out a back tray. Like, see wrong? Yeah, a back tray. So what I've done, I've measured all this with calipers. Yeah, I've moulded it on a 3D modeler. And I've sent it to an STL file on the printer upstairs. So it's printing this now. It's just partially this, it's not the whole thing. It's just the base bit. So I'm going to drill the guide holes rather than have the 3D printer print the holes. I'll just make it solid and then I can drill the guide holes in the perfect place. And then I'm going to attach that to the front of it. So it looks like that. And then I'll be able to screw that into the CD bay. Yeah. And then I can just put the lid on, take the lid off, and this will still be in the easier option. Did it. Just try. Well, there like that. Like that. I'm just going to hot glue this on there temporary. For now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to hot glue on there. And then probably put a seam of super glue around the outside. Here you go. Now, that should go in here. Like that. There you go. Wasn't mess about. Yeah, you noticed. Badge. Yeah. Went for the silver badge because the original badge isn't this colour. It's the previous colour. So it sticks out like a sore thumb on here. Don't look right. So I've gone for a silver badge. Apart from that, it's mine. Just so you can see now. Turn it around a bit. There you go. My 2000. There you go. And that's how you install the Gotek. Big ass screen. So it's blind but you can see it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. If you give us a thumbs up or down. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. See you next time. Cheers.